Hello and welcome back to Railroads Online. I am Rever, and we are here by came all the way back down to the lumber mill, and we have a lumber train that's ready to go. So if you haven't watched the last few episodes, we have made a line that goes all the way from the smelter, or from the sawmill to the smelter, all the way down to the iron ore mine. So this should be a bit of an adventure. Hopefully we did things well enough, but this will be a large portion of the episode today because we're going to have to take it slow. We're going to have to see if we can get 6 rail cars. This we're already kind of preloaded. We've got a bunch of lumber, 90 and 96 beams. So it needs 1 beam and 1 lumber, but this was already kind of preloaded, so we might as well bring it. We can always bring up more beams with the next trip. I don't think it'll cause us any problems, especially because we have some beams. It doesn't hold a huge number, but we'll see. We'll work it out. We'll drag these up here. If we have to leave a car up there, I guess we will. Don't really want to do that. One of the reasons I'm doing this and not going to the smelter, let's hop out of here real quick. I was coming back here, and there were some trees in the road by the bridge, one of the bridges that we built. So I started cutting them. Well, we need $825 in order to buy 3 of the rail cars that will hold the, what kind of wood is it? The cordwood, that's it. Yeah, so we need these. 275. If we wanted to get 3 of them, that's going to be $825. I think we could go into debt. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and try that, right? I hate to have $0. But if we can go into debt on this, I'm assuming we can go into debt on buying or cutting trees down. Like we'll find out. I hope this isn't a critical mistake. I can always go take this lumber someplace else where we know there's no trees, right? All right, so we'll order another one of these. Let's just step back for a second. How's our money? Yeah, 274. So let's just see if it lets us go. I don't mind going into debt for $1. In my real life and in games, I try to avoid debt. So you can't always do it. But, all right. Motives. No, it won't let us buy that, which is fine because we still have $274. Okay, so that's good. It doesn't let us go into debt for that. I guess one day maybe we'll find out if we can go into debt for trees. Oops, one more thing to do. Just throw a little more firewood in there. I already filled us up with water, and I filled us up with firewood in our stack there. But since we're standing right here, we might as well. Yep, 49. So we can't hold any more wood. We can't hold any more lumber. Water, sorry, that's what I meant. We can't hold any more lumber for that matter, or beams. And I think our signals on the way out are set fine. And I think they're set fine all the way over by the smelter. So this load's going all the way up to the iron ore mine. So we should be in pretty good shape. At least until we get up there. And then the next switch that would have to be is all the way up by the iron ore mine itself, so we should be in pretty darn good shape to go the whole way. We'll see what happens. This one's the right direction, that one's the right direction. These trees are awful kind of close right there. Don't have that much money. This will give us some more money, and it's probably not a bad idea if we wanted money to bring the lumber versus the beam. So in the end of the day, we sort of have to even the whole thing out. This one switched right, which is good because by the time I paid attention, we would have hit it. And here we are, officially on the new track. I think we can handle 22. And I did notice on the run back here, I didn't like the way it looked coming out of this bridge 100%. One day we might redo the bridge. The tree's looking awful close there. I think we'll clear it. There shouldn't be any trees on the track. I just ran up here and, like I said, spent one more dollar than I planned on, so that made the episode definitely. I say I don't like the way it jumped onto there. We could definitely do a smoother transition if we wanted higher speeds, but that's okay. So far, so good. Now we should be pretty level here. This is where our drop down is, so we're going to take our throttle off. Right, and this will be, yeah, this is the first drop, and then this we're not ready quite yet, but I don't mind that we're going slow to get started, going down this for the first time. So this is probably the biggest downhill, other than the big one on the other side of the mountains over there. Because I think this one's 5 degrees the whole way down. We're hauling it pretty good. There we go. We're picking up speed now. But nothing I don't think we can handle. We're only on 9% brakes. Yeah, I'm going to give it a little bit more for this turn. Oh, that's too fast. That's too fast. We're going to derail. Ah, we didn't derail. Nice. Nice. That was a little bit too quick, though. That's a little bit of a sharp turn. Kind of caught me off guard. If we could have signs, which supposedly they're going to work on, we definitely need to get a sharp turn ahead sign there, right? Yeah, that's not too bad. That's, you know, it's only a 5% grade downhill, so certainly, you know, would have thought we could handle that. Makes me happy if you can't tell. Just not derailing this whole way will make me happy. I won't look like a boob on YouTube. Not that I haven't before, but it's all about having fun. I'm sure everybody makes mistakes. You guys know I do. The day I stop making mistakes is probably the day they put me in the ground. So now we have a pretty good uphill. You know, it's a shame we can't get any kind of a run with this. I don't think it's that big an uphill for this train. Let's see, how's it? A little more than. Going right up. I mean, I already built a route that went this way. I don't have any real doubt that the train's not going to make it. The train's going to have the power we need to make it. Let's put it that way. I'm more concerned with the smoothness of the track, and if I left a tree too close to the edge. And as we get up here, it's going to get level, which we want to pick up speed. I don't want to get too much speed because it's a bit of a sharp turn going into that bridge. And it's funny, I just enjoy the heck out of this game, and other train games too. Like, but the fact that we built the track ourselves and we have to test it like this, that just, to me, makes it that much better. Okay, now we figured out how we could build stone walls, so we're going to see a lot of those. Not that we didn't know it before, but I really hadn't used the stone walls very much for whatever reason, just, you know, laziness, I guess. Because the gravel thing works out fine if you don't really care how it looks. Oh, we need to put more gravel in there. Yes, going too fast. I feel like I want to. No, I mean, it's a little bit of a sharp turn, but it's. Yeah, this is where this turn was the killer. Because you want to try to keep your speed, but it's. You'd like to hit that with as much speed as possible. Yeah, this little Betsy is like more like Beastie. Wish I could change the name to Beastie. This thing will pull it right up this little hill. Now that I know what I'm doing, because it was pulling it up when I didn't know what I was doing when I first built the rail tracks here. Looks like a 7% grade. not even barely breaking. It's breaking a sweat a little bit, but this is even a really super steep. Remember we debated whether we should go that way? I'm going to slow down, actually. Gotta slow beastie down. It's a pretty sharp turn there. But that turn saves us a lot of... Okay, we could have done a more gradual turn further up, but... Slowing down, coming around that turn. We got to slow down to go down that hill anyway, so... Slowing down a little bit sooner for that. It's not a problem. Now this... Coming up this first part's fine, we're going to be going uphill, but this thing will lull you to sleep because you don't realize that you're back on a level. Oh, those trees look close. Scientifically measured not to do anything but poke your eye out if you stick your head out the window. Because like we're pulling a hill, so we're on 28, and these, you know, these. It's kind of windy. You could definitely get going too fast or whatever. So let's slow down just since we're not really in that big of a hurry. Let's see what we look like. It would be cool if you could set up like cameras and take shots as you go by. We're kind of losing steam. I guess we shouldn't have done that. I think this is where it might level off. And then there's that really steep spot. I think that's on the other side. Yeah, because then there's 3 bridges. This is the first one. And I think the steep spot is after this one. Then we have the 2 that are kind of like right in a row. And once you hit those 2, you know you're pretty much there. Yeah, this is the steepest. 44, 42. And that might not be enough. We'll see. We got pretty good momentum. Still got all the cars. I did do that. Oh, do we? No, we lost the car. Yeah, we did lose a car. See, we used to have 2 beam cars. I guess we have to go back and find it, huh? Where it ended up. Tooling right up here. You know, the only worst thing about losing that beam car is I don't know. We really can't hold that much lumber. So I was kind of counting on those beams to run down our lumber so we don't overflow the lumber. Let's see. I think we're home free, but where did we lose a car? That's a bummer. How did we lose just the one, you wonder? Yeah, we're not going to know where we lost it because it could have been kind of anywhere. Unless you guys have some idea. I wonder if we lost it around that bridge. Because once you lose it, it's just going to go down the track until it finds a low spot. We'll see how good the track is or where we have a high speed limit. Because wherever that thing ends up, if it's derailed, we'll know. The other day I lost the cars and all I had was the one, and like 5 cars just went right back to the sawmill and just sort of stopped in the sawmill. I thought, well, you know what? That means the train tracks are at least marginally okay. That it would find its way back to a low spot and not crash. See, these 2 are basically back to back. These bridges. So how many boards or lumbers do we have? 4 times 6. We have 24 lumbers and 3 beams. We just want to make sure we're not going to go into the bypass. No. Should be swinging right on in front. Now this one is super duper critical to get right. We want to be right smack in the right location, so if I have to back up and be fiddly, but then we'll put our markers by using the wall things. Yeah, see, that's good. We can hold 24 lumber, and we have 3 beams. So we'll have to think. So when we line up here, we want to be pretty exact. I've never had it not take the boards here. All right, let's just confirm we get. Yep, $12 each. So we don't get any extra for bringing it this far. Fortunately, we have to load one at a time. Now you can do 2 at a time if you stagger your. Yeah, took all 12 lumber. Push forward again. This one I'll probably even make a mark. If I get it right. Tree. Wish I could cut just the top off that tree. That tree is my stopper for my train. So if my train goes in there. Yeah, see, that's too far. Let's just do this, right? So we can put the marker in because we know about how too far it is. We'll just say you should have been right there. See, and in that way what we do is we back up to the point we hit that marker. It's probably too far, but it's okay. Shouldn't be so bad. It'll be fine. Right? That's. And we'll just keep doing that. Unfortunately, we're missing. Oops. Fortunately, we're missing a thing. Missing a cart, so we're not going to be able to put our last marker in. We'll have to do that. I'll do that on another trip. I need to take some trips without you guys. It's a little bit possible to see. It's not too hard to see that we're close to that. All right, still too far though. And let's see, does that make sense? Yeah, see how we're too far there. Let's just go back another. Oh, shoot. That wasn't what I meant to do. I meant to put the brake on. And now we gotta sort of reset it entirely. Alright, what's that? Yeah, that should be just spot on. No, really could go back a little bit further, but let's see if it takes it. Let's hope it does. These are... Yeah. And people said that it was a little more friendly, and I've never had a problem with this. Oh, I didn't notice it stood them all up there. The game is really cool when it comes to that kind of holding the inventory so you can see. All right, so that's good. So we can put another marker here. That'll help a little bit. If anything, yeah, maybe back further than closer. I'd love to be able to have like wooden stakes where you could just put a wooden stake near each one. Now this one has to go 2 forward. You know what, we're just going to go 1 forward, even though we're not going to unload anything. Let's just put our mark in there. Can't even really see that last one. Trying to see it a little bit, but I think we're there. Right here. Nah, we went too far. Is that true? Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna put the next mark. We can put the mark in. I just wanted to. You know, we're not unloading anything just yet, so. Will help at least somewhat in getting this next one lined up, because this one will be for the money. If you look down there, we can see, and we'll just have one more. One more to put a marker on. Right, that's right on the money, so this should be, yeah, I would say that's going to be close enough. And this would be the one that was causing people problems. Yep, staking them. So that should eat them up right away, and then we should see some iron ore coming in. Yep, I saw one disappear. Yep, there we got one iron ore. So now, one of the questions will be, how much iron ore do we build up? And you can imagine, it all sounds good when we're calling 6, but we can only call 3 of these beams, which means really we're going to be down to 21 and 0. So we should just like load this thing up with beams the next time. Right, we seem to have a little bit of an overabundance of lumber for some reason, but it's okay. And I don't mean just here. I mean, it's. I think the lumber amount's about the same as the beams. All right, so what are we doing? I have no idea why I opened that up. Let's just see how our water's doing. We used up a little bit. We need to get some fire. Before we get some fire going, why don't we need to throw this switch so it'll let us back out, and then we should be good to go. Now when we get down the other end, I don't know if all of the switches are going to be good on the other side. I think I remember kind of checking them, but I think we got to be a little overcautious. But then otherwise, we just did it. We did make a... Well, we didn't make a fully successful because we lost the... Back and look for the railcar. Any bets on where it is? My bet is that it's by the smelter. Crashed. I think it... I bet you it on that... I bet you on one of those turns before there. By that bridge. Like the bridge that's nearest to the smelter. But we'll see. It could be anywhere along the line. Yeah, I guess one of our imbalances with the log or the beams is that we did leave a few beams behind. So we'll see. Hopefully we can find them. I would like to know where I lost that too. I don't think we did anything particularly crazy, and it could have been that if we were going, it wouldn't have been. I don't know. It's kind of hard to sit here and speculate where we lost that. Let's just go find the thing, the starter, and then. And why would that last one have come off and all the rest of them didn't? You would think if anyone was going to be under more stress, it would be one of the first ones. And then we might just find it derailed, I guess, right where it was at. Nice looking game where this will give me some things to do, not on camera. So I don't want to run a bunch of this stuff up. I don't mind doing the building stuff. I know some people probably find that tedious to probably watch it, but I think when I watch a YouTube video, I enjoy seeing the things, all the details that people get into. I don't like when it's just a big summary all the time. Sometimes it's nice, but having said that, when it comes to driving back and forth, all you really need to do for the most, like when it comes to what, I'm going to take like, well, if we need 40, let's say we want to get 40 iron ore, just so that would be 4 carts worth. That means I have to take, each one of these could hold enough for 12. So I have to take at least 3 trips, if not say 4. Kind of 4 because I got a messed up numbers, but so I'm going to have to take 5 trips back and forth. And hopefully one is exciting as the next one. They're all just kind of boring. So what I think I'll do is make some of those runs and then I'll stop and let you guys know, okay, here we are. This is a problem that's, you know, needs to be fixed. And maybe we're about to find where that other cart is. Hopefully we can tell how it derailed or decoupled. And this is that steep part too, right? So like, you know, if you're not paying good attention, ooh, it's going too fast. See, if you're not paying too much attention right there, you could very easily have lost that. Yeah, I mean, if that cart fell down the hill, which I guess is possible, I don't know how well the physics has them rolling down hills. I mean, obviously the trees physics isn't exactly the greatest. Out of steam. Alright, I have to stop. This is probably a pretty good place to stop. See how our water temperatures drop down, or I forgot to put, oh, what the hell's going on? There we go. Got stuck in the car, which does happen. Don't panic, just hit F and get back in. Right, oops. Okay. Now we need more steam. It's a shame, and we're not even on a downhill part where I can really get started. I guess we can try. Right, will it give us anything? And the reason I stopped wasn't because I have to get out of F. Once you get out of F mode, it puts on the brakes anyway. So. Hopefully this will at least get us rolling, because it is mostly downhill. There you go. That was good to stop right away while we still had some little tiny bit of steam. Matter of fact, let's turn that off. Yeah, we're almost up to temperature anyway. Putting on the brakes here. Yeah, lost one car. Imagine having to go back and tell your boss you don't know where the car is. Got hijacked by cowboys. And that's one thing I think makes this the toughest thing in this game, in a way, is when you realize you don't have enough brakes. And you're giving it the full brake and it's just not doing anything, and here comes your oh poop moment. How much money did we? Well, we got some money anyway. 12 times 4 carts would be 48, and then each cart had 6, so 6 times 48 would be almost 300, a little bit below that. And then we had one thing of beans, which is another $36. So yeah, each trip, well, each trip won't be that much because normally we'll have 12, which would be 48. 12 times 12 would be 104 plus. These we're at 75% breakage. Tree's too close. Could have lost it on that tree. I'm going to stop there. We got a little bit of money. We got enough money that we can go either way as far as the... I don't think we would have hit that one, but I don't think it's impossible. Ooh, yeah, that's not always smart to cut those things, right? Near the train. Yeah, when I look back, I guess I could go pause the video if we can't find this thing. Yeah, it's not down here, so I would have thought if we'd have lost it, like if we had lost it anywhere up there, I would have thought we'd have seen it. So remember, my bet was that we'd find it by the smelter, and this is the last bridge before the smelter, so we are... My bet is still active. And it's possible we lost it before that, but I tend to doubt it. I think we could have lost it on this turn. Like because if we had lost it on that turn there, I don't think we would have lost it on this turn. It could have gone all the way back down. Would it have gone into the smelter area? No, it would have tried to shoot back up the bridge unless it just was going way too fast. Well, we'll see. So this, once we get past this level spot, that will be a pretty good downhill. Yeah, that's a little leftover relic. 50% brakes. Be a bit too much. Let's go down to 40. I tell you, as far as driving goes, definitely going downhill is certainly the most nerve-wracking. Especially for the first time when you're not sure. And the talking doesn't help either. When I'm not really focused on remembering my speed, and I won't remember the exact speed I came down here, but if I'm just sitting there alone and focused and concentrating, not such a big deal. See, my bet is that it wouldn't have, if you were just uncontrolled, you would not have made that turn, I don't think. No, I don't see it in the, by the smelter like there. Yep, there it is, by the smelter. I'm not sure if that's what I meant, but yeah, so we might have lost it. Ooh, slow down. I think that thing's still moving. Shoot, it is. It's going to smash into us. All right, let's get out. Yeah, well, there it is. I guess we can push it the rest of the way. We'll have to straighten it out. Are we going to glide without? No, we need a little bit of juice. If there's already a pin in it. Why would there be a pin in that one? Oh, because we were the other way. So yeah, the link just broke. I'll have to push this one. Alright, so the brake's off of it. Yeah, we'll just have to push this one back. How was our steam doing? Yeah, let's throw a little more firewood in there. How much does that give us? Yeah, that fills it up fully. I don't really understand the firewood thing 100%. It seems like a lot of times I got to throw 2 loads in there to get it up to 49. Maybe I'm missing sometimes when I throw it. Yeah, I think we can just give it the gas. Usually when I think we're going to make it up there fine. Usually when I'm doing this, these are all empty and I make it up there real easy. This is a new map anyway, so this is the first time with the Mega Bridge. This is where I was cutting those trees down and ran out down below 825. So maybe that is what we should do next. We'll get this straightened out, and then we can head up and get the cordwood and see how we make out in the smelter, dropping that off. And then I can, between episodes, and I'm way ahead of my publishing. We pretty much made it. Yeah, I think we must have lost it either on that turn or up by the bridge somewhere after the smelter. But I'm amazed that if it came down that hill that it didn't derail at the smelter. Like that's so did we lose it just on that turn, like by the smelter where the switches are? Because the switches could have caused that area might not be that good. Or maybe it's just a faulty pin and a computer glitch. Some people are complaining about that. So we'll see. If it keeps happening, we'll have to try to figure out better where. And I'll be keeping an eye on it. Maybe I'll even try to remember to record as I go through there. No, I think we have to go a little slow. No, we'll be fine. We should go right in the way we want to do that. How do we want to get this guy? No, I think we don't. I think... yeah, you know what? We could go in... I don't know. It doesn't matter, does it? I'm just trying to think if there's a way to deal with this cart in front of me somehow easier than... I really don't think it makes that much difference. what I'll do is we'll just stay going in the right way. Then we'll back out to here, and then we'll go to the left. So I'm going to push this cart up. We'll detach it when we get all the way up there. Alright, once we get past that point, we can detach it and then put the brake on and then detach it. Is that on the whole time? That's detached, ready to go. Now we just need to back up. And then we need to go this way. And then come back this way. So we'll have to flip this one around. Might as well just run it back up, and then I'll flip. Probably have to flip all of them, actually. This one's going to have to get flipped twice. And then might as well do this one before I forget. And then when we get in there, we'll have to flip that one back to come back out. This one is the right way. Okay, is the other one okay? It doesn't matter. The other one doesn't matter. Yeah, so this one is the right way coming out here. Coming in from this way, whatever way you want to look at that or word it. Okay, well, at least it was as bad as it wasn't that bad. It was, let's see, what is 1/6? I don't know what percent that works out to, like, what, not 12%, 18% or something? Something goofy like that. Come on, get in there. So let's reverse. Yeah, definitely curious. I'm gonna probably film when I go past that smeltery each time and see if I could see where it comes off. It'll like never come off again, right? But if I had to bet, I'm betting it came off. That's fast enough. I can't really see. I might even be hitting that thing before I can even see it. No, just barely can see it. quite even get there. Can't really tell. I think I'm there now. Yep. Oop, that's a problem. I'd like to take those out just to make sure. I thought, oh yeah, the brake thing. I was sitting on it. All right, good. So let's get this guy pushed in there, and then we can call it at least a mission. It's not 100% successful. I'll take 90% or 84%. Reverser on, good. Yep, our water is good. So we made it all the way up there and back and had some issues that slowed us down, even though I don't think we would have used the water. You know, we wouldn't use extra water because of our, too much extra because of our little fiasco here. But and then over time, I'll mark these out as best, you know, put some markers to try to help with the locations. But for now, I just want to, I think we'll just drop these off and we'll go work on cordwood, and then I can pick this up anytime. I think I went a little further than I wanted to. I want to just leave those. Oh wait, no, that was perfect. No, I just want to do all beams, right? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, let's go forward a little bit. I did that thing again I like to do. Let's try this again. Now we'll go backward. Well, I think that I switch up. I give myself full throttle there. Alright, that looks reasonably close. Get out of there. Oh, just hitting the E button. E doesn't do it. You really don't want to miss. If it misses... See, to me, I don't know how they're doing this, but you see, like that to me, like this one just dropped it off in here, right? And I understand that this is close, but why wouldn't this one drop it off there, right? That doesn't, there's something goofy, and I think they should work on that. I know they're working on a lot of things, and I appreciate it, but I definitely get a little bit frustrated, as you can tell, with that. Because it, and the other thing is, it just doesn't even almost seem consistent. It's like it's, you know, some days it's that way, some days it's not. I guess maybe I just have to learn to be more precise, but I'd like to know what precise means. Like, to me, yeah, maybe it's the hitbox. But see, yeah, why would that one have dropped it off? Look at now, that one's still putting it on the one in front. Yeah, so wasting beams. And that's the other thing too, is that when you get it wrong, it just, that's it. It's gone. There's no forgiveness. Now there's no doubt where it should drop. Good. Alright, well, I don't want to do this too much because we're running out of time. Let's go at least get up there to the cordwood and go get our carts. Before I go too far, let's come here and buy the last one. All right, so cordwood. And let's just take a look. Yeah, we only have $315, so we could buy another one. But I think I'm not even going to worry about that. So let's, before we go too far, put some brakes on. So might as well do this too. Top those two up. Here. There we go. All right, so that should hold it in place. And then I'll fill those up. I'll take a load of beams up first, and then even out the beam and whatever other count. Alright. Need some more firewood. And, well, you know what, before we even do firewood, so I have to get, and this is, if I weren't doing this for, this is where I deviate very slightly. If I were simply not making videos, I would probably just make a bunch of runs up there, because now I got to throw these switches. Now that switch is the right way. Right, like once you get set up to do the run, it's just the easiest to just keep doing it until you're done. Yep, this one's the right way. This one's not. Then we have to make sure that last one. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I definitely should make this look a little nicer. Yep, that's the right way. Good. So then when we come back, we might as well, because we're going to go right up to the cordwood, and that'll probably end the episode. I don't think we're going to have too much more time by the time we get all that done. We're going to have to spin around up there will be the easiest, I think. Yeah, that's the right way. No, it isn't the right way. Oh, yes, it is. That's the right way. This won't be. Right, and then should be good the rest of the way. So the only thing we'll have to do is when we come back, we'll have to flip that one as we enter this area. I guess we should have. We're going to have plenty of water. I can grab some more firewood from there. Throw it in there for the sake of. See, now what happened there? See, like it says no fuel. I really don't understand that. Why that does that? Right? I mean, I saw firewood going in. Well, where did it go? I mean, I'm pretty sure I wasn't missing a thing. And it's just very consistent that it doesn't seem to take that. Is that a glitch? Is that me doing something wrong? So what we'll do when we get up there, and it'll be set up kind of to do it anyway, is we'll go into the freight depot, and then we'll spin around and back in and pick up our carts. So when I come back, this will be the one here that we have to flip. This will end up going the wrong way. Yeah, so we should be able to spin right around, and then we'll have to, once we get out of here, we'll have to flip that one back, and flip the other one so we can go straight back out. Should work out pretty well. But going around here will help us put us in the right direction. I guess, like I've said, some people talked about they just get to pushing it, but I don't know. Train should pull the cars. At least that's my predisposition. Yeah, so this we have to be a little bit careful because we can't go too far. We have to stop right on the money. We're pretty close, or else we'll derail if we go any further. Or if we go into that other switch. And so before we forget, we'll flip this one back the other way. Alright, so then this one has to come the other way, and then we should be able to head straight back out now. That one looks like it's leaning. I think that one's leaning the right way. And I do question that sometimes because I swear, I think this one's resetting itself or not remembering or something because it seems to me like I've been picking stuff up in the middle, and yet when we come back, this one, like, and I pick something else up, I think this one's flipping. I guess that's one benefit to doing YouTube. If I really cared that much, I probably could go back and look at the tape. Okay, this, we have a link in this, so we should be good to back right up, and then when we get out to hook the first one, we'll have to remember to put links in all the rest. There they are. So the one person that I watched his video was suggesting that couldn't you just buy sides for the cars, but you have to have some kind of an economy, and I think they've for such a basic economy, cutting trees is one of your biggest expenses. I mean, they sort of found a unique balance. You gonna hit that? Perfect. Maybe a little bit of an abrupt brake job, but so we can, before we forget, take that off. Yeah. So let's get a link in here. I'll get a link in the back of this one, I guess. Just for the sake of being consistent. Probably, I don't think it hurts. Does it hurt game performance if you put a link in a car and don't use it? I think, I mean, because sometimes a game can, like, we think of life as, oh, that wouldn't make a difference, or why would that make a difference? Well, because sometimes you could be calculating each link, right? Like, go to each link and do the calculation. Like, it might not, the math might not be exactly what you think it would be. Oh, but that link's not used, but the computer doesn't know. It just knows there is a link and that the link needs to be calculated. And it might not even really calculate it, but it might go to it, right? It's like one more thing. Oh, look, that link doesn't need to be calculated. So you just made it go look for a link and not do the math, if that makes sense. I think we're going to end it here because I think we're passing the hour. Oop, we're going backwards. Yeah, I was wondering what, I guess they put, I'd like to be able to make a backstop. And this is what made me think of the backstop at one point. Like, and then I went and looked. It would even be nice to be able to build those, what do you call it? Boardwalks, I guess. I don't know if you'd call that a ramp. It's not really going up and down. And that was real popular in the Old West, by the way. That was like, if you look at pictures of old Western towns, I mean, they were just like mud pits with horse poop. like, so that was really common to have like dirt walk or board walkways, like in downtown. I don't know if that is that where like the boardwalk started on the beach, like the same idea. Oh, we did the thing again. Shoot, shoot, shoot. One time that's gonna cost me. I know. That's gonna cost me one of these days. For now, I keep getting away with it. So there we go. All right, we're in good shape. Yeah, we'll get this hooked up, and then what I'll probably do is head down, just for the sake of time, I'll head down and over there, and it's not like that. We haven't been down that track a few times. And I will get over to the logging camp because we still have to build the rail that goes around to the cordwood. And then we can, so next episode, I would expect a cordwood extravaganza of rail wonderfulness. Along those lines, anyhow, or at least a train trip with cordwood and a little bit of rail building. All right, so we've gotten our third type of rail car, and we're now pretty well set up for. Yeah, I think we made it. There we go. All the brakes are off. Yep. Brakes off. A little more firewood. And then I will, how are we looking on firewood? Yep, plenty. Now why did that only get 35%? Right? Like that makes no sense to me. Maybe there's some math that somebody else can understand. Let me get out. And there we go. So we got our new rail cars. I will see you in the next episode, and I will most likely, life may change between now and then, but, I will, at this point, plan on seeing you up by the logging camp. Have a good day and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.